of those 5 quarterbacks, we could throw Davis Mills in there as well, who was under the most pressure?
Field, I'll go with Trevor. Number 1 overall pick. You got everything right now. Last year, it was just a disaster. You got that cleaned up, you got that swept under the rug, and you come out here with a coach in Doug Peterson, and like Adam was saying, so much talent that is around him. Now, I'm not saying you got to go out there and win the Super Bowl, Trev, but you got to come out and show that this program is now in the right direction with the right coach, the right quarterback to be competitive in games. That might be just a victory for them all. It's just to be competitive in them, but Trevor Lawrence has to start to show why he got that number 1 overall pick.
He's got to bottle up his Week 18 performance last year when he was magnificent and turn that into a positive second season. Nico, let me ask you this. Who's taking the biggest jump this year?
I'm going with Trey Lance, and you look at the team that's built around him and what he has on the roster, the tight end position, the offensive line, Debo, the things, they'll figure that out, trust me. But the things that he has around him, the defense, the head coach, the offensive line that they have there to put him in the right positions, I really think last year with the small sample size, I know he got banged up a little bit doing the platooning with Garoppolo. Now we all know that he's going to be the guy. I really think he's going to take a big jump forward this year, especially with the roster. They have a playoff roster. Now he just has to go out there and perform.
Yeah, Nick, we're talking about jumps, though. I don't know what Trey Lance is jumping from. I mean, he just basically did nothing last year. I mean, showed he had a couple of highlight plays, but that's why my answer is going to be Zach Wilson of the Jets. I mean, struggled last year, absolutely, but watching him as a defensive player towards the end of the year, you start to see if he's an error repeater, if he's making the same mistakes he made early in the year. And there were points as the year finishes where I'm watching him thinking, that's a decision he didn't make early on. So it's almost like coaching started to take effect. So add to him more offensive pieces, and all of a sudden here you see them right here out of free agency and the draft. It's like, okay, Zach, you got everything you need. You had that developmental year. You got the similar concepts for another season. He should develop, and he should take the biggest jump, in my opinion.
It's funny. I actually agree with Tedy on the biggest jump with Zach Wilson.
2 votes for Zach.
Yes, because I was there draft day. I was in Florham Park.
Okay.
I've covered this team. This is the best Jets draft in the history of drafts.
Wow.
And the excitement in the building, I'm telling you, I don't know how good the Jets will be, but Zach Wilson, from what he had last year, you talk about the 3 first-round picks that they got, plus the free agent additions, Zach Wilson, yeah, he's got to bring it.
Okay, so it sounds like Kimberly is saying that Zach Wilson is particularly well set up for success this year as Nico's going through his extensive library. But Tedy, let me ask you this. Who do you fit, not fat at 40? I'll save that for a later portion of the show. Tedy, who do you believe is most set up for success in year 2 amongst these quarterbacks?
Man, Field, I'm going to go with my guy Mac over at the Patriots, and I just thought that they just fed him just enough over the course of last season to where, you know, it was a slow build. It was a slow build, of course. I mean, towards the end, the debacle in the playoffs with the Buffalo Bills, but you still got the playoff experience. So he knows what to expect now. He has the similar voices, or you bring in Devontae Parker. I think Matt can also look to this year as, now I got some input too. And there's Patricia and Judge, however they work out the offensive play call duties. But Matt can say, fellas, I've been here now and I feel comfortable. I'm going to take a little bit more initiative because I know what they want here and I know what that guy Bill Belichick wants. So I think Mac is best set up for a good year too.
That is interesting. I'm actually surprised no one has said Trey Lance for most set up. When you think about this San Francisco 49ers team, there's a reason they felt good just adding Trey Lance to the mix, because this is a playoff team. We know that. We're not saying that about the Jets or the Jaguars or the Texans or the Bears. We are saying the 49ers are a potential playoff team, could get to the Super Bowl. Trey Lance has all the pieces offensively and defensively to be set up really nicely.
Especially if they can find some middle ground there with Deebo Samuel, who's traded west remains. All right, so let's go to the other side of this conversation, which is which of these quarterbacks is least set up to succeed? Nico, I believe you are doing the show today from Illinois, maybe in Chicago. Who's your pick?
Yeah, Yeah, I'm in Chi-Town. I'm in my mom's basement, actually, and she's making meatloaf tonight. So the quarterback Lee set up to succeed he's right down the way. He's right down the way here in Lake Forest. It would have to be Justin Fields. You look at last year, that was a debacle. You look at having to hit the reset button with a new coaching staff, a new offense. He's going to be the guy, but who's going to protect him? What is this team going to be? I think that he's in a bad spot. I mean, he's going to be out there. He's going to have the helm. He's going to be the starting quarterback, but can he go out there and perform with the cast around him?
Yeah, big time year ahead for the Chicago Bears, but certainly a retooling one under a new regime. Tedy, who has the most to prove this year as we get to our final question of this conversation?
Yeah, I love this field. I love how we can have different perspectives for the question, but the same answer, because I'm going to go Trey Lance of the Niners, and he has the one that's the most to prove, because you almost has to prove that your head coach and manager, your general manager, know how to evaluate quarterbacks. Redshirt year is over, bro. Okay? The redshirt year is over. Now you got to go in and play. They got Jimmy Garoppolo still there, who's very, very capable, who's taken them to the playoff in one playoff game. So you got to show why you gave up all the draft capital and why they feel you should be the starter. I mean, because you're coming off a very successful season. So definitely Trey Lance has a lot to prove, in my opinion.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.